A lot of today's artists, yeah, like I said, they don't handle themselves like a brand. They claim branding. I see a lot. They put up posts and the hashtag branding, branding, branding. But I don't think they've actually sat down to think what is branding. I don't know. I think their idea of branding is to look good or to make things look glossy and stuff. But fine, branding is perception. But it's more than a perception. It is more about the experiences and different activities that you do together to appeal to your audience, and that creates your brand. A brand can be built in a day, can be built over time. No one built a brand in a day. When people know you for a specific character, a specific thing, or they see some kind of quality, or they see your journey or your rise, then it all influences how they appreciate your brand. You understand? You don't start as an artist and try and be all like big at a go, like all glossy and all like, even it should show in your videos. Like you start from low budget video, you rise down to you finally start doing like high budget videos and start doing like, so they should witness the right, it should look organic. Yeah, that's the word. So a lot of them do not exactly know what branding is, but branding is very key to the littlest detail. Your sound. You sometimes hear some artists. I don't want to mention names, but like a few years back, one artist called me to sit in the studio and said he wants me to hear his sound. He wants me to manage him. So I'm like, okay, play your music. So he starts. He plays a very hip hop tune. The next moment he's playing R&B. Then I ask him, "Are you the same person on the track?" He said yes. Then he's rapping here, he's singing here, he's doing dancehall here. Then in my mind I'm like, what are you known for? You are good at all these things, fine, but it's good to experiment in the beginning, but pick the one that works for you. When you pick the one that works for you, people would know you for it. When Mr. Eazi started music, I always like to use him as a reference because he's the closest artist I've worked with, and I've been with him through his rise. He originally loved dancehall. He loves dancehall. If you hear PP dance, you see he's trying to do that kind of reggae, lavender, PP dance. Like, he likes that kind of thing. But after he did Banku Lights, and he realized that, the girls love this. Once the girls love this, the guys too love it. They automatically, and you see, like, music like that, that are talking about love or emotions or real life things, they appeal to the heart, and that's perfect for a brand. Brands need to be emotive, like it needs to appeal to your emotions. You like a specific brand because you have some emotional connection with it. There's something they call love mark brands. Like, you can love Coke so much that even if they come and put all those videos out there that Coke is depleting your teeth, or can melt a bucket or something, you will still buy it and you will still rubbish it and say, what, Coke is Coke. I've been drinking Coke since. Like, you love it no matter what, because they do so many things all over the world. Share a Coke campaign, things that make you feel emotional. Someone comes to give you a bottle with your name on it, and you love Coke, like, you unflinchingly. Like, it becomes like Coke becomes like that's your boyfriend or your girlfriend that you really love. That's the same way your brand should touch people. When we did Bankulize and we saw that it was touching people, people were playing it in their snaps, it was sharing it, people were using it in their videos for weddings. We realized that, this is more connecting than the PEP dance that you are doing. PEP dance, fine, people will dance to it, but up to now, people still play Bankulize and use it for stuff because it's still like, it still touches you. You get what I'm saying? So when we figure that strategy out, then we know that, okay, now this is going to be your sound. Keep your voice the way it is. Gruff, you don't have the prettiest voice, but you have melody. Keep it low, mellow, and sweet. Keep doing the love music. Keep singing. So that's why he's kept that formula. And if you hear 90% of Mr. Eazi's music is always about love, some girls and relationship. He's always talking about women, and it's working for him. He's doing his shows, and you see 80% of the people in there are women, and the guys are at the back. You rarely see his show and you see guys in front. No. But still, the guys love it low key. Like, I'm sure your friend here has Mr. Eazi's music back to back in the playlist, playing his car. You understand? But when you go to the show, he just stand at the back. But basically, it has roped everyone in it because it's emotional. Yeah, so there are times that I feel down and maybe I just want to listen to Life is Easy because it makes me feel okay when I no get do that kind of thing. That oh, hey man, they tell me no. Then it makes me feel like okay, I'll make it one day. I don't have money now, but one day I'll look back and Baba God do them for me. It's so when you pick a direction, you need to follow it through. You need to identify the sound. So I remember, like I said, I told the guy point blank that you don't have one thing that you are known for. Figure that thing out. See whether it works and hammer it and drill it down so everybody knows that this is you. They should hear your voice or an ad-lib of yours somewhere or a beat and even know that this is listen, Kojore's how they call it sound. You should hear an instrument on the song, and immediately you should know that this is a Mr. Eazi song. So it has to first come with the sound. When you get the sound, then it comes with the look. When you get the look, then it comes with even how you execute your events, how you perform, your stagecraft. People know Samini to be really good at live band. They know Shatawale to be an energetic performer. You don't come and see Shatawale on stage and be singing slow. Like everyone, you need to stick to it. When you start with it and it works, but that doesn't mean do not modify it. Modify it, evolve. Let people see the process of evolving. Don't surprise them. Take them through it. Handhold them. You are an energetic performer. You want to now maybe start doing something else. Don't just show up one day on stage and you stop being energetic. Let them see the process. Let them see the transition. Handhold them. So even when you're following through your brand, you're evolving or rebranding or something, take them through it. You get what I'm saying? You can't just, I can't just see you today with dreadlocks and tomorrow then boom, you just cut your hair. You understand? Let people see it. Even when you cut your hair, like when artists do those kind of look changes, they do photo shoots, like big artists, they do photo shoots, and people start seeing he's changed his look, and they do interviews about why now they've changed the look, what's the new face of Olamide, why has he dyed his hair, why has this person done dress now, why has Ludacris cut his hair, and they do all those kind of things. They don't just show up one day, today haircut, tomorrow dreads, tomorrow you've dyed it, tomorrow, those little things there's no consistency in it. A good brand is consistency. You would see Coca-Cola swell everywhere. You know that it's Coca-Cola, even if they don't put Coke on it. When you see that white swell, you know it's Coca-Cola. You understand? When you see that MTN box, you know it's. When you see that speech mark with Vodafone, you know what it is. And that is how big brands are built. Consistency. And that's how artists should focus their crafts. You get what I'm saying? You sound like this, you need to stick to it. You can modify it, but don't completely sound like Raga today. Like Life is Easy mixtape. It's a mixtape and it sounds from Accra to Lagos. With that, he experimented because he was trying to show sounds from different places. So if you hear two people, there's a bit of dancehall there. If you hear Life is Easy, it's a bit mellow. If you hear Accra to Lagos itself, it's high life and stuff like that. But still, the voice stays the same, the ad-libs stay the same. The only thing that changed is the instruments. But the mellow vibe is throughout. He won't try and do, even two people that was dancehall, it still had a bit of his mellow vibe and his drawly voice. You get what I'm saying? You don't completely just switch. So you need to stay true to the art. And it's to make you stand out, make your brand stand out. Consistency. That's it. You don't let because of some show that you're gonna be on, spoil the how do you call it, the consistency that you want. Artists, big superstars, do not compromise on. Michael Jackson won't compromise on his stagecraft. He won't compromise on the sounds or the lights. If you want to do a performance where they have to lean forward and the strings are going to hold them and prevent them from falling, and you come and you say, please, we don't have strings at this show, and he tells you that this is how we had rehearsed, He's not going to leave that part out or pretend to lean forward. He's going to ensure that you give him those strings that will keep his people move forward and do that iconic thing that everybody wants to do. Do you get what I'm saying? And he will stand by it. You understand? His management and his team will stand by it. You don't say, okay, we don't have it, we'll manage. No. Because then when you go and manage, you are showing the audience a different thing, and they're not. You go to Beyonce concert and you want an experience. You want to see her flip over people. You want to see her do something. You've come out with flames. Like, you want to see her do something crazy. Now, when she goes and that thing is not that she has planned, she won't do the show. She will ensure and she will make sure that everything that she has requested comes. And that's the mediocrity that we need to move away from as artists in Ghana. The music industry needs to see themselves as, like, you might be underground, people don't know your music, but you need to respect your brand. When you respect your brand, people respect your brand. Simple, that's how it is. Respect your brand, follow through with your principles, and people will respect it. Don't let someone come and dictate to you how to handle your brand. You get what I mean? Because you worked hard on your brand. Imagine you paid so much money, you paid a brand consultant to work on your brand, change your colors and everything, and someone, because you have to please somebody else, you have to change. You won't change, you won't repaint your room or change your logo because someone says, okay, to be on this sponsorship, you have to change your logo and make it blue because our colors are blue. You won't do that, will you? No. You won't cut your hair because someone asked you for you to be here, you have to cut your hair. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why like dreadlocks people, if no matter how smart he is, maybe he wants to work in the bank and you say, okay, no dreadlocks, he won't take the job. He won't say because I'm hungry or because I want the money, so I'll cut my dreadlocks. Rastafari, I'll cut it. They're consistent with their brand. Like, I'm a Rastafarian. I have dreadlocks. I'm smart. I have the qualifications. I can give your business the revenue that it requires. I can take you from here to here. I've come for an interview, you look at me and you say, we don't take dreadlocks people here. He's not going to beg and say, please, I'll cut my hair. No. He'll say, all right, you don't take it. He moves on and finds a job that will take his dreadlocks. And that's consistency. If this is your art, you don't compromise on it. And when you don't compromise on it, other people will know that this guy doesn't compromise on his craft. We have to give him the way it is to get what we want from him. Simple as that. Right now, social media is a very good tool in getting artists out. Lots of people are gaining relevance because of some trend that they started, or because they went viral with something, or the way. So basically, social media, like, it's your own media. You have it in your palm. Now, apart from it just being organic, where people used to, those times when, if you don't know how to you're not a social person, you don't know you don't know what content to put out to get people going, and you can't afford it, then you'll be stuck in some limbo. But now at least you have paid methods for you to push your craft. So even if you're bad at it, you just sponsor it and people will see it. Now, there's so many ways. I'll give you a very good example. Sarkodie is big today because of his organic rise, and he started subconsciously through social media. In his mind, he was just in the streets, rapping hard, recording videos, but those videos were making it to social media, and now people were respecting the hustle, seeing his talent, seeing him on the streets, seeing how relatable they are. When they felt like they could relate to him, then they wanted to give him a chance to shine. You understand? And fast forward to where he is now, let me roll it back to Kwesi Arthur. Kwesi Arthur is following that same route, that same strategy, doing videos on the street, doing covers, and gradually that's what's making people recognize that this guy is good. He's only shot his first video just recently, but before that he was just doing covers in the studio, doing raw grassroots music, like music that people see that, okay, this is raw. This is just from his house. This is just from his studio. You get what I'm saying? And social media is really helping. People are tagging us in it. I get people tag me in it a lot. I see people are sharing it, and it's going viral. Now, what he needs to do is tap into that energy or into that buzz that he's getting, and use it to improve his bit. So it's good. He's putting out more content. He's now putting out more videos. He needs to start taking people through the journey. He needs to start letting people understand who Kwesi Arthur is. Not just doing the rap videos, but doing videos about himself, granting interviews and stuff like that. And these things, like branding and marketing communications, it's all about perception. It's what you tell the people. You get what I'm saying? You have the power to tell them what you want. You understand? It's what you put out there for them to see. It's what they'll believe. So if you want people to see you as a king, you have to act like a king online, and now they see you as a king. You want people to see you like a star, you act like a star online. You want people to see you that like your hustler from the street, you depict that and you put it out there. You understand? I'm not a street boy. If I do a video right now in the street, I will look very odd. People will be like, about who be this guy? Like, fine, I've gone through my own hustles, but I'm not a street boy. You get what I'm saying? And to look fake. Kwesi Arthur he's a hood boy. Like, he has his boys around him, and it doesn't look fake. No matter how you want to forge that kind of thing, you can't forge it. You get what I'm saying? And he needs to follow through with that, and it's helping him. So artists have social media at their disposal to push their brands. And like, for example, when we started this, people used to come to us like, your artist page, he has very few followers. He's done Mankula and Skin Tight. Look at his Instagram followers; they're so small. Let's buy followers for you. Let's pay this. Let's do this. Let's handle. You said no. Why are you buying followers? Why are you buying an audience that are not willing to come there? If they call you and they drag you into a room for a party that you didn't want to go, would you have fun? If they call you, they just send you to a room and they say, "Oh, we're having a party, so you brought here." You'll be seeing like, what's going on here? Like, let me just get the fuck out of here. You get what I'm saying? So you get the analogy. Like, the same applies with an online following. You don't go and buy followers for any reason. If you're buying followers, then unless you are using it as bait to get a contract, that maybe they want to see that you have this number of following, that is why they'll give you some specific contract. But if it is for engagement, reach, interacting with your audience, then you need to stay organic. You need to have your core following. All the people in your page should be there because they want to see you. Don't go and influence anybody to come and follow you. Don't go and drag people into a party that they don't want to be. You understand what I'm saying? So people used to come to us, they want to boost our page, they want to increase the following. I'm like, at the right time, we were doing our own art, and we realized that those some people will actually go and click and they'll follow. Then we know that, okay, we had a referral from here to here. You get what I'm saying? But not that we just went to buy followers in Chinese. You see, there are a lot of celebrities in Ghana who have like 300k followers, and half of them are eggs. Like, I mean, like they are not like proper accounts. So when they post something, you see it doesn't tally with the engagement. You see that someone has 200k followers, but he posts something and they have 500 likes and 8 comments. It doesn't make sense. If you have 200k followers, at least some large percentage you should have 3,000 plus likes. You should have this in 64 comments and that kind of trend. You understand what I'm saying? Your shares, your retweets and stuff should tally with how organic you are, and you would know actually. Now you can't even measure because your followers are not real. You can't tell which ones are not real and not real because right now you bot in between and it's mixed. So when you post, you don't even know who this guy, does he like this for? Like, you don't know who is liking your posts. So the organic way is always the best, and people need to be patient. Like, artists start and all of a sudden they want to be big, they want to blow up overnight. See, it is not easy. You can give up, but when you see the progress, you need to keep working towards it. Like, I respect Kofi Kinata a lot because he came out a long time ago and he's been doing this and doing this and doing this, and now he's getting the recognition that he wants. People are paying him the right amount of money. People are putting him on shows. He's winning awards, and he just needs to continue like pushing his art. But basically, all I'm saying is that I respect him because he's been consistent. He's been pushing despite everything. He's been pushing. I respect Guru too because he's been pushing hard, and I know that it gets to a point like people, it will be so unmistakable, like that you would have no option but to respect Guru and put him in that place where he rightfully deserves. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, and that's consistency. Be consistent. Don't give up. Like, are you doing the art because of people? Are you doing the art because of you have a goal? Fine, but that goal is your goal. It's not. You're not doing it for the fans. The fans will come and say all kinds of things and discourage you online. But you need to put your mind that this is what I want to achieve. I'm doing this for myself. There's what we call waves. Like when you say, the new wave, like there's actually a wave, like sea wave, like it comes and it goes. When your wave comes, you need to ride that surf very well before it crashes back into the sea and you become like everybody else. And that wave. So I'll give you an example. Like there's been the Kasahari wave when Sarkodie came, and if you remember very well, there was Sarkodie, there was Yapono, there was Guru, there was Yaosiki, there was TJ, there was loads of them, like all of them sounding alike. Now, in a position like that, one of you must make it. All of you can't be a Sarkodie. You understand? So if you are riding a wave, you need to be different. You need to find a way to be very different from the rest. But if all of you are going and you're all doing like Sarkodie, like how is one going to? Definitely, it's only one person who will make it. Yes, and the rest of you will be popular. I don't know if I say, but like, okay, Guru is big. Guru goes to play in Gabon or other places, and he has people like, oh my God. And people outside ask, like, why is Guru not as celebrated in Ghana like Sarkodie? It's not that he's not talented. It's just that the wave he came out on was being ridden by another one like him who pushed harder. You get what I mean? So he was riding that same wave with Sarkodie, and he didn't lose out per se, but one person had more domination. That's how Yapunotu fell through the cracks. He didn't concentrate on his brand. Yasiki, Opanka. You get, like, all of them came out on that wave, and definitely one person will stand out, and the rest will just be like, sound like him. Mr Eazi's wave is a completely different wave, the afrobeat wave. And there are people trying to sound like him now. People are doing things to sound like him, but he's been able to, with him, I can't mention names, but he's been able to stand out unique about himself because he has a defined brand. He knows what he wants. There's a direction, there's a strategy, and because of that, he's been able to, and he's hardworking. Like, he puts out content, like, lots for you to hear. So that's, there's a wave, like, and if you need to ride a wave really well, like D'banj, like the Maven's period, like Mohits, there was that wave, and the people who came around D'banj too, even they are label mates. There are people in label when Mohit was at its peak. But ask yourself, why are people so crazy about the Prince, who is Don Jazzy's brother? If you are Don Jazzy's brother, then you should even be bigger than D'banj. But why are people, and even after D'banj left, the Prince is not an artist that, like, people, oh my God, the Prince or Dr. Sid, like, they are known, like, fine, but one person will ride the wave. The same way in the label, one person will be that big person. So and I always say this, don't be an artist in another artist's shadow. That's what Skills was struggling with Wizkid. Following Wizkid, thinking that being the Wizkid's shadow would make him big. Maybe in the beginning, just to be affiliated, and then you move on, and you're a different person. So you need to concentrate on your craft and stand out unique. Being an artist's shadow never helps. You understand? It only suppresses you, or it makes them see you as this person's boy. Then now when you do music, it's stuck. It's a, see, like I said, it's a perception thing. It's in your mind that Skills is Wizkid's boy. Whatever he does is Wizkid's boy. If Wizkid hadn't broken away from Banky, he could have remained as Banky's boy. You get what I mean? So it's also good. The breakups are good. The separations are good. Sometimes they can be on the same label, but all of you need to be. And they do it very well outside. You see, Akon is managing Gaga, imagine someone else, but they are all being pushed completely differently. You don't see them always together trying. You don't see another artist following his label mate around like, without you, I can't survive. No. They might be on the same label, but I don't even know they're on the same label. On paperwork, fine, they're on the same label, but they are pushing them differently, in different directions. You all have different destinies. You don't go and be another artist's shadow, or it kills you. All in all, I believe that if you want to ride a wave, right, sometimes the wave is good because it opens the way for a genre. Then you can capitalize on it or leverage on it to be big. Just like how Designer has picked Future's wave and has become a star out of it. So sometimes you can ride a wave and you can put an edge to it or a personality type to it, and you can ride the wall. So it's not bad to ride a wave. You can ride a wave, but you just need to modify it. You need to make it yours. Own it, basically. Don't come out like what's the name of that guy who won something, Talented Kids? Awal. Don't come out like Awal and you want to sound exactly like your mentor. Why would I listen to you? If I want to listen to you, then I would listen to Sarkodie. You get where I'm coming from, right? So if you want to pick, he's your mentor, you pick his style, but you modify it so that you become like a better version of him or a different version of him. But you can see that the roots are from this place. See, so many people have mimicked Fela. You understand? Fela is great, like he's the greatest. He started some sound. And the Afrobeat sound is highly influenced by Fela's music. You get what I mean? You can see Fela too was influenced a lot by High Life in Ghana. Because he moved to Ghana, came to do High Life, came to perform with High Life bands and stuff, went back. So you can see there's still a lot of High Life influencing his sound. Nigerians don't want to hear this. You understand? Eazi said this recently and became an issue. Don't hear how someone sounds like and say, this is my mentor, so I'm going to sound like him, I'm going to be like him, and dress like him. Like I see people doing music like Eazi and they even dress like him, they want to wear the hats. Why would you want to do that to yourself? Why don't you want to be somebody else? Why don't you want to be known as this person? You understand? When you're original and you're you. When people want, if you sound like let's say, like in the time when Sarkodie and the others came out, when now people want that kind of Kasahari thing at an event, or they want even a brand, and I've sat in so many meetings like that we have a specific product, we want the product to fit to maybe some genre. We look for the best in that genre, we go for the person. We don't go and say, we are not getting Kojo, so let's go and take Amma, because Amma sounds a bit like, no. Who is the best in that genre? Pam. You get what I mean? When we're looking for someone who can move the youth, when I was working with Vodafone X, and we're looking for someone who can move the youth, someone who can shut down stadiums, we wanted that kind of trendy, we went straight for Sarkodie. We didn't go for somebody that we felt like, it sounds like Sarkodie, but he's a bit... No, we went for the biggest. When you're unique and you're yourself, people identify you for that, and they call you and they pay your money's worth. No one will go and pick a clone. They want you. If you want Beyonce, you want Beyonce. If you want Jay-Z, you want Jay-Z. If you want Future, you want Future. You won't go and take a panda. You get what? You can go and take a designer. You get what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, you need to be unique to your art. So I was speaking to someone. This person is not even... Okay, I was speaking to one Ghana celebrity. And I'm like, you're doing so well. The last show you did was packed. You got lots of people there and stuff. You should be doing shows for the Ghanaians in the diaspora too. Because you never know, your market could be there and that's where you could actually get paid. So he says, after my last show, It was so good. People came to promise me. They said they would take me for the next show in the US and the UK and stuff. But up to now, Togo safe. Nobody called me. I said, guy, if these people are be able to come to you when you see your fans online talking about your craft and that your craft is big, when are you coming to UK, when you come to US, that should give you a sign that you have to go there by hook or crook. Don't wait for a promoter to come and take you to go and do a show. You've recognized that people want you in the US. They keep telling you, they keep tweeting at you. Now you have social media. You search your name and you find people talking about you, and that gives you an idea of where your audience are coming from. You see the people who watch your videos, your views. You can see all those demographics. Like, we have tools now that show us exactly where people are coming from, who is watching your videos, who is liking, who is downloading, the age group. You know so much granular detail about your audience. You pick that detail, and it's not there for fun. You pick that detail and you act on it. When we do shows in some places, people don't understand. We are doing those shows, you go to Ukraine, and people are wondering, why are you going to Ukraine? Who is there in a country like that? But we know that there's a group of people watching our videos from there. We know that there's an African community there, the Ghanaians and Nigerians, and they want to see the artists. So I was disappointed when that guy said that, because I'm like, try and put together the finances that you get from your last show and go and hold, even if it's a small show of 50 people in a place in the UK, make noise about it. It might be so good that before you leave, someone will say, oh, please do a bigger one at this venue. And that's how we started. Like, for example, Eazi. We did a first show in the UK, then we did Life is Easy in a smaller venue. We even started here, 69 with Eazi. The concept was getting 69 people, intimate concept to Easy, and with that we got almost 100 people, more than 100 safe, and like that we built on that. So you need to start small. Artists want to do a show and they want the first show to be a shutdown concert. No, even if there are 30 or even if there are 10 people, 10 people in that room who love you, who are paying attention to your music, or even if there are 5 people who love you in that room and 5 new people who are now trying to discover you, make sure that you impress them. There was a time Eazi had 3 shows in the UK, and for the third one, the ticket sales were not going as we expected. So he was thinking of calling it off and not performing. I told him, guy, even if there are 5 people in that room that day, go to that room and impress them. You never know who in that room you blow away. That will go and recruit 50 more people for you by just posting a video on their page and saying, oh my God, this guy came here, we're just 3, but he performed and respected us and made us have the night of our lives. You get what I'm saying? You don't need a stadium to make an impact. Even if it's 5 people, those 5 people can recruit more people for you. And it's a circle. That's how you grow bigger. That is how that's organic growth. Artists need to cut out the mediocrity. They need to cut out that shit. Like, they need to look beyond Ghana. Some of them are like the artists who are very big in Ghana, but it's not just Ghana. I recently watched some Nigerian artists saying, what's international market? And international markets is me. If they want it to be international, they should come and watch me perform here in Lagos. Fine, that's his mindset. Like, we are not saying that go and sound like Chris Brown. We are just saying that broaden your appeal to a bigger audience. No be entertainer you won't be. So if you want to be an entertainer and you want more people to follow your wave, you don't limit yourself to one place that, okay, I'm singing for Igbos, I'm singing for Yoruba, I'm singing for Ewes, I'm singing for Ghats. So my music is just going to be for Ghana people. Try and broaden your appeal. Tiny, you were so amazing with the guy and everything, but I guess to a point, you need to broaden your appeal. Everybody knows you as a Ghana. Everybody knows you as a Ghana musician, but you need to be able to do music that appeals to a broader audience. You understand? So don't box yourself to one demographic, one audience. Try and spread out your wings. Try and grow the audience, because that's why you're trying to touch lives, aren't you? You're trying to get into people's hearts. So the more people, the better. Or you don't want to reducing the number of fans. You want more fans, don't you? Yeah. So yeah, the mediocrity is too much in Ghana. I'm big here, so yeah, or international, you're taking me international, so what? I know there's a lot of bullshit in the industry. People come and say, oh, we'll give you a platform, we'll take you international. But like I said, if you know you're not waiting for people to take international, that will sound like crap to you because you know you have a plan. You know that you're going to Thailand next month. You know that you're going to do this yourself next month. So nobody can come and tell you that I'm putting you on this platform. Platform for what? Do you get what I'm saying? And that lets you have a focus, and that lets you break out of the mediocre mode, and you be able to achieve higher things. And trust me, when you reach out for big things, you will get it. A team, the first quality of a team is that your team should believe in you. Like if you don't believe in something, you can't push it. They should believe in you like you are everything. They also need to have focus. Your team, a lot of team artists, the team that follow artists here, they end up following the artists by chance because of the wrong reasons, because the artist is getting privileges and they just want to be cool too and take snaps to the artist and use it to get girls. But no, your team, we call them yes men. Like everything the artist says, yes, it's okay. Oh, is this song like that? Yes, it be. It could go out, it could drop out. You get what I'm saying? But your team should be very opinionated. They shouldn't say yes because they want to please you. They should say yes because it actually is yes, and they should say no because they know that it will harm you when it goes out. They should be able to tell you stop. Like I go to the club with Eazi, and when I see people like they're having fun, and even artists putting drink in his mouth or giving him a glass, and I know his limit. I said, guy, you need to stop drinking. And sometimes I have to talk to him like a child because I know that at the end of the day, if he gets drunk or something happens, I'm the same person who's going to do the how do you call it, damage control. Basically, you need people around you who you have a plan, who would help you achieve that goal. At the end of this month, you want to get this number of views, or you want to get this thing out of the door, this video, or this feature, or this collaboration. You need people around you who would push to make it happen. Who, when you try to be stubborn because you feel like you're an artist, they will say, no, you're an artist, you're a superstar, all right, but amongst us, you are nobody. You are still our boy, and we have work to do. You have to get it done. You understand? We still talk to Eazi like that because, and he respects that. We always remind him. Sometimes he's walking and he leaves his bag because he's used to a road manager helping him with his bag, and sometimes we deliberately not help him. Then he moves and he realizes that, oh my, where's my bag? Then we say, go and pick your bag. Then he picks his bag. Then it brings him back to his senses that this is my team, and we respect each other equally. We don't like, because we know we're all looking out for each other's interests. If he makes it, we also make it. If he makes money, we also make money. If he's big, we're also big. We also push our agendas on the side. You get what I'm saying? So an artist needs a team that believes in them, first of all. They need a team that's focused. They need a team that has opinions, that's looking out for the best interest. Not saying yes because an artist who has control over his team and dictates what his team should do is better off being alone. He doesn't need a team. You understand? It's better off just getting somebody he can send around, but not because those people around him that are useless. Then because even people like that can even be infiltrated by a competitor artist. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So the artist needs a strong team that's very opinionated. Yeah.
Drifting, I've been drifting, losing focus. I can't sleep at night no more. Instead I lay in my bed, counting off all these regrets. Sun starts speaking, gotta start my day again.